Have you ever seen this happen? A friend, or hey, maybe it was you, goes from spending literally thousands of hours deep in video games and anime to suddenly becoming this hyper-focused person, all about their career or building a business. It's a pretty common shift, but it's not really about growing up. It's actually a fascinating and deeply human journey from one kind of game to another. So, yeah, what is the deal with that? Why do we make that switch? What's actually going on in our heads? Well, the key here is to stop thinking about it as quitting one thing. Instead, think of it as choosing to play a different game, one that just started offering better rewards.
Okay, so first up, we have to understand why we were so hooked in the first place. Getting completely immersed in a virtual world isn't about being lazy, not at all. It's about fulfilling some very, very real psychological needs that, let's be honest, the real world kind of struggles to match.
I mean, just look at this breakdown. It's a tale of two completely different worlds, right? In a game, you do something and boom, you get instant feedback. You level up, you get the loot, you see the progress bar go up. The goals are crystal clear and the rules, for the most part, are fair. But in the real world, man, feedback can take forever. The path is super foggy and the rules, they can feel completely unfair a lot of the time. And this is what games are absolute masters at. They're perfectly designed to hit all these psychological sweet spots. They give you that instant feedback loop, a clear sense of achievement, and a feeling of control that's just so hard to find out here in our chaotic reality. You even get a solid identity and a sense of belonging with your guild or in fan communities. And you know what? For a certain time in your life, that's not just a good choice. It's probably the best choice for getting those needs met. But then something starts to change, right? The game's rules start to feel different. And the turning point isn't about suddenly deciding games are childish or waste of time. It's much deeper than that. It's a fundamental change in what the player, the person, actually needs from their time and their effort. It's that little voice in the back of your head that starts whispering something like this. The dopamine hit you get from leveling up, it just doesn't land the same way anymore. There's this growing feeling that, yeah, your virtual points are climbing, but your real-life progress bar feels completely stuck at zero. The fun starts getting replaced by this nagging feeling of stagnation. So here's what's really going on under the hood. Your brain, it's literally recalibrating its reward system. It's starting to value things that are delayed, things that build up over time, these long-term returns, way more than the immediate temporary highs from the virtual world. You start craving a totally different kind of prize. And this is where it gets super interesting. That same addictive quality that games have, it can transfer directly over to the real world. But there's a catch. It only happens once reality starts giving you its own compelling feedback loop, even if it starts out really, really small.
It just takes one little win, that first little taste of real-world success, that first drop of positive feedback that proves, hey, my effort out here can actually lead to something I can touch and feel.
Yeah, maybe it's just $75. Who cares about the amount? That's not the point. The point is, it's real. It's a notification from the universe that says, your skill was valuable. You earned this. And let me tell you, that single piece of feedback can feel more powerful than 1,000 epic loot drops. And hey, it's not always about the cash. It could be a client just being blown away by your work. It could be a coworker asking for your advice, or just seeing something you built with your own hands actually working. That kind of validation, man, it creates this powerful new incentive loop that you just want to experience again and again. And this is a brilliant way to think about it. You basically find the upgrade system in real life. You realize, wait a minute, I can grind for money. And it's kind of like clearing dungeons and fighting bosses for rewards. Your effort isn't being wasted. It just has a much longer settlement period than a video game. But the rewards, they compound. They actually build on each other. So this brings us to the biggest insight of this whole thing. The person hasn't fundamentally changed. Not really. They've just logged out of one server and logged into a new one, a server that just happens to have much better long-term rewards. And the best part? They brought all their skills with them. So let me ask you this. Did that person really transform into someone totally new? Or did they just find a new game where their existing talents could be applied for a way bigger payoff? Okay, this is it. This is the whole game right here. Just look at how perfectly these skills map over. Grinding for resources in a game, that is the exact same mindset you need for accumulating capital or new skills in real life. Studying game mechanics, that's just a fun way of saying researching business models. Spending years on long-term character building, hello, that's personal branding and career growth. And understanding the meta, that's just identifying market trends before anyone else. See, those thousands of hours weren't wasted, they were training. All right, but we've got to add a really important bit of nuance here. This whole transition thing, it's not some mandatory life path that everyone has to take. It really, really depends on where you are in your own life and what you truly need at this exact moment.
Yeah, this is absolutely not a race to see who can quit gaming first. Some people are kind of forced to switch servers because of real-world responsibilities. Other people don't switch because, frankly, their reality just isn't offering a better reward system yet. And you know what? For tons of people, having a healthy balance of both worlds is the perfect way to live. There is no single correct path here.
So, if you had to boil this entire journey down to one single sentence, this is what you get. It is a fundamental shift away from low-risk, fast feedback satisfaction and toward high-delay, accumulative, and deeply meaningful rewards.
And that really leaves us with one final, powerful question. And this isn't for anyone else. It's just for you. Forget what you think you should be doing for a second. Right now, at this very stage of your life, what kind of rewards do you actually need? The answer to that? Well, that's your true main quest.